Greetings and welcome to the For Me to You show. I'm Dr. Clark, and today I am excited. I am sitting here for a live and in person looking at the crime scene, examining the news for and about you. And I'm just flipping through it. But guess what? I've got some people here that work closely with the crime scene, examining the news. And they're going to enlighten us today on what's going on in the crime scene, examining the news. And who do we have here with us today?
Good afternoon, I'm Khaylah, manager of the Crime Scene Examiner News, and I'm here with Shyneil, and this is your weekly crime scene news review.
As we move along, I'd like to ask our listeners and readers to please support those businesses that support the crime scene. Inside this week Crime Scene Examiner newspaper, you'll find an interesting array of news.
On page 1 this week, we're leading with protesters on the courthouse square in Jackson last Saturday.
There is also a story about a big poetry event that took place here in Hub City. Over the weekend, they featured poets Kendall, Douglas, and Major Jackson. Events were held at Jackson State Community College and Lane College and sponsored by the Griot Collective of West Tennessee, JSCC, and the Tennessee Art Committee.
Please be sure to pick up your copy of The Crime Scene at Dollar General Store in Humboldt, Alamo, Bells, Bolivar, Milan, Trenton, and Jackson. Also featured inside this week's crime scene are the contestants and winners of the 2025 Miss Black Gibson County pageant, which took place last weekend.
As always, there are birthday shout-outs on page 2.
Shout out to one of our sponsors, Baskerville Funeral Home, for sponsoring the weekly obituaries and community news.
Of course, I'm a student in the Jackson-Madison County school system who attends school at JCT. Shout out to our principal, James Walker, and superintendent, Dr. Marlon King.
When it comes to sports, Ray Jones is your guide at the Crime Scene Examiner News. His topic covers gardens, horses, and hunting, to name a few. In this week's crime scene, he discusses a little. As we move along, I'd like to ask our listeners to please support those businesses that support the crime scene.
The Crime Scene Examiner newspaper is published every Thursday and distributed through rural West Tennessee. In Jackson, you can pick up a copy at Walgreens, Dollar General, Food Giant South, Food Right, and East Chester, and probably get a copy at your local church.
You can catch downtown Ricky Brown's Brown Beat column in the crime scene every week. He highlights small businesses in the CSC News Reader of the Week.
Just when you thought we were finished with school news, there's more. On page 8 this week in the crime scene, read about. Please be sure to pick up your copy of the crime scene at a Countryside Sit-to-Go in Humboldt, Dollar General in Alamo, and S&J Roadside in Bells.
Wendy Islam's Mercer's column, Socially Seen, appears weekly in the crime scene, and this week she's highlighting a Hardeman County family that recently appeared on Steve Harvey's Family Feud. Opinions run deep in the crime scene. Just pick up a copy and see what Elvis Rogers, Robert Williams, and Morris Merriweather are talking about this week.
Did we mention the Miss Black Gibson County pageant, which was held Saturday? The winner, Medley Pittsburgh, is featured on page 11. We celebrate National Poetry Month with a poem by Lane College professor Richard Bowen. News flash: I was one of the youth winners in this year's Griot Collective Poetry Contest and will be reading my poem live at the Carnegie Library Thursday, April 24th. The evening kicks off at 6 o'clock.
Did you know that the Crime Scene Examiner newspaper is one of the leading publishers of legal notices in the Hub City? You'll find notice to creditors, chancery court notices, and notices of vehicles to be sold, and foreclosures and delinquent tax notices. One of the things that the crime scene is most recognized for is the publication of weekly arrest reports for Milan, Humboldt, and Jackson.
I'd like to remind our listeners to please be sure to pick up a copy of the crime scene at Dollar General stores in Alamo, Bells, Bolivar, Milan, Trenton, Humboldt, and Jackson. From news from the Divine Nine, fraternities and sororities, to highlight community events, Terry Gord Woods is always on the scene with her weekly columns. Picture this.
Keep up with the crime scene by logging on to our Facebook, Crime Scene Examiner newspaper for daily updates. You can also give us a call at 731-300-5047.
You can also log on to our website.
And before y'all get ready to wrap this up and go and everything, I want to interject a little something. Who is the publisher and CEO for the Crime Scene Examiner News?
Mr. Bill Marable.
All right. I want to make sure that we get that in there for our listeners. And we know that your community is seeing news, and you can contact it by mail, Post Box 151, Jackson, Tennessee 38302. Email crime scene, SEEN, examiner news @gmail.com. And you can also call 731-300-5047 and get that fax in there as well. If you got some news or something you just want to get in the paper, 731-660-8833.
We'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Mr. Robert Tick McKinley and A Close Bonding Company of Trenton, Tennessee. If you find yourself in need of a bail bondsman, quick, call Mr. Tick, 731-487-9900.
Well, greetings, and welcome. Appreciate you all coming today. I'm Dr. Clark with the For Me to You show. I'm looking for you on a weekly, at least once a week.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're counting on you. Listeners, make sure you tune in. We'll be on Spotify. We'll be out there on Podbean and Apple and Google and wherever there's a podcast. There's at least 11 venues out there. We'll be there, all right? It's another beautiful day. As always, life is good. You just have to have something to compare it to.